Hi, my name is Mpo, well known as Sunset, and welcome to the last words with Sunset Media Entertainment. So today's topic is going to shake a few tables and maybe even break some legs. We are asking one deep, uncomfortable question. Sleeping with different men and asking for payment, is it part of working or is it prostitution? Kwambori phela msiyaduva irimini wadala na vana vo fambana nao va fhedza vari vho ḓo badelwa vhone zwi wela kha uri vhone vha khou shuma kana ndi kha vari mini nga luambo lwa zwino in phenomenon words vhufevi zwi wela kha zwifhio. Maybe before you roll your eyes or get defensive, let's talk honestly. We live in a world where the line between hustling and selling your body has become very blurry. Some people call it a soft life, others call it influencing, and some just say, I'm getting what I deserve. I'm getting what I deserve. But at the end of the day, what's really going on here? Let's start with reality. When you exchange your body for money, clothes, rent, or lifestyle, whether you call it a blessing or a sponsor situation, that's still a transaction, and a transaction for sex. For sex, my friend, that's not an employment. It's a prostitution, no matter how you dress it up. But don't get me wrong, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to ask why. Why are so many young women turning to that life? Lingani vafumakazi vatuku vachikuobisa kako kuchira koralawo. Lundingani. Is it pressure from social media or is it a poverty? Mtsiko unakobaka vabdamzani limini ibisiwana. Or is it because society has made it look like normal? So because open your phone right now, scroll through TikTok, Instagram, you will see people showing expensive handbags, vacations, champagne bottles. Behind those pictures, there's often a man paying for that soft life. Not love, not partnership, just payment, And the scary part, some ladies believe that it's empowerment, but real empowerment doesn't come from selling your body. It comes from building yourself. Education, skills, purpose, goals. That's what makes you powerful. Not how much money a man gives you after a night together. Nikodiudza ufedza masiku mangana uri ni wane chelede. Nikodiudza ufedza masiku mangana uri ni kono ḓiwana ni khou tshila. Guys, let's think out of the box. So why don't we start a business of doing laundry? Why? Guys, So let's also talk to the men. Yeah, you guys are not innocent either. You can't claim to respect women while you are the one paying for their silence and their body. Just to keep them quiet, to keep them silent. So you create the market, you build the demand. So when we talk about the prostitution, it is not just about the women, it's also about men funding it. The prostitution, men, you are the sponsor of that prostitution, Ndiveni varambedzi vangasicho sada ngori nikolambedza vini ende ani vathu vavo nikozviita nidho zvonera vathu vavini mahayani nikotambudza muviri wa mumwe muthu nawo nichikubhadhera wazviona. So zvisongova nga hiyo ndira. So now some people say Sunset, it's either body, their choice. And yes, every person has the right to do what they want. Yeah, for sure, it is wrong. Ini nga diriri kwamba sonari amuvili wamu. Muvili wamu then. The choice is yours, you know. Yeah, the choice is yours. So, but choice without awareness is a trap. Because after a few years, when the money shows down and the man moves on, what's left? Here, you know, the errors during. Arali chale dia I cheo, men they will go. Osalamin again. Osalamin. Those cosas will nena shumisa o semana risho. Kana olam ton shumisa. Yes, you allow him to use you because you are too lazy to think out of the box, you know. Noko baba umbura. Now Rika this new South African of high unemployment rate. So let's create something. Let's create something. You know. As I'm talking right now, I'm not working under government, so I'm self-employed. I'm a graphic designer, voiceover, you know. So just because here in South Africa there is a high unemployment rate, so I have to do something to put something on the table. You know, because as a man, this guy is selling body, you know. So we need to teach our youth the difference between value and validation. You know, value comes from who you are. Value comes from who you are. Let me repeat it for the third time. Value comes from you, as you respect yourself, you know. Comes from who you are. Validation comes from who approves you, who approves of you, you know. And too many people are chasing validation with their body instead of building value with their minds. And too many people are chasing validation with their bodies instead of building values with their minds, you know. So let's be real. Some people call prostitution a side hustle. How? Kanjani? Kanjani? Oh, come on, guys. Come on. But ask yourself, when your body becomes your business, what happened to your dignity? Arala mobile wabona wonushambura wabindu. Uti amini kachirunzi shabobone wara. Badodo wana bako itwa tsumbonga bukati yabato kama tubetozwiya. One arali bachidoba bako ambiwa kabatu bane bakwita zvibi. Bone badozwijisa hani. Badodira bako tonifiyo. And for sure kana ingo bone bakwita zvine zvaitoro bone basitonifiyo. Ubongona. So you can't buy your self-respect with money and from pain. Banga sidorenga nduri 25 banga sidoirenga ngachilde ine weiwana mutunguni. Ubongona. I know some ladies listening might say, Sunset, you don't understand. Times are tough. Hey, tuana and the demo Sunset. Anako pesa and yes, times are tough. But no amount of poverty should make us lose our morals, our boundaries, or our worth. Because every time we normalize sleeping around for payment, we make it harder for young girls to believe in hard work. So let's wake up, my people. Let's stop romanticizing prostitution and call it working. You know, if you want a real success, chase something that builds you, not something that breaks you slowly. Ladies, remember this: a man can pay your bills today and forget your name tomorrow. Mona angani badela bili na muze machero afo angwa zina la. The reason why ngorumini zvinako zvitaka ine is continuing ukhoisa phanda noita zvezvo ndori ara ina vana vanna mwana udozvita achiswika ngena rengu ravo yanga kamwa wa amini muri hadiri zori mwana ono ndinyi ini ononi hangwa naona mumbusane ononi hangwa ini wako nozvona ononi hangwa ini. But the skill you build the career you grow, the dream you chase that will never forget you. So this is the last word with social media entertainment. If this message touched you, share with someone who needs to hear this or to hear it. And always remember, your body is not a business. Your worth it is not for sale. Would you like to make me be your presenter, or you can give me a topic so we can discuss? Ara ka ṱoḓa ndi tshi amba zwo ri ṱhoiko bva kha introduction kana kha outro ya ndi nga zwi ita zwezwo ba business nampa dzi business dza vhe ndi ḓo dzi phina hanefha zwo dina zwi tshipa nga maanḓa na musi ndo mangalo zwo tshipa in terms of promoting a business, asingo hangwa na mufunza nga 0728898172 hanefha kha Facebook is Mphahlele Mpho Passwell. On TikTok, the last word with sunset. Don't end up with an episode. Go to car TikTok or car WhatsApp. I'm putting a clip, my favorite clip there to promote it. Goodbye.